Hey everybody, it's Jasmine. So today I have another lip related video, and this was actually unintentional. I just realized that I was doing another lip video after I accumulated everything. But I thought it would be really fun to show you guys some MAC lipstick dupes. I actually don't have a lot of MAC lipsticks, and neither does my sister. But out of my collection and her collection, I ended up finding a few dupes for you guys, and I am very excited to show you because I love these types of videos and I'm glad I can actually participate. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to forewarn you guys that these swatches that I'm going to do on my lips are not going to be pretty. These are just for color reference. So with that being said, you are forewarned. And the first swatch that I have for you guys is MAC's Rebel. It's a satin finish, and Wet n Wild's Sugar Plum Fairy. So these two are both berry colors. And first I'm going to swatch on my arm, and then I'm going to do a lip swatch. So pull down that bracelet. Oh, I got a mean comment asking if I was a part of a secret society because of this bracelet. This is for my religion. So that is one swipe of Rebel. And this one is one swipe of, what is this? Sugar Plum Fairy. And as you can see, they are very, very similar on the hand. Okay, so this is the lip swatch up close, and as you can see, they are both very, very, very similar. There's nothing really that much of a difference. I probably should have gone over this part a little bit more, but that's on both sides, so it's like the same thing. They feel the same. They both feel like a satin finish. Surprisingly, I actually got this dupe off of Pinterest, and I've seen a lot of Pinterest dupes, but they're kind of like a hit or miss, but I'm glad to say that this one is a dupe. I don't know if this is relevant, but I have my fake makeup eraser cloth to take off my lipstick because in that last lip video, the makeup wipe really dried out my lips. The next dupe that I have is MAC's Cyber. It's a satin finish, and Wet n Wild's Vamp It Up. I actually did not know that these were dupes until I bought this one and I used it and I said, I have a color similar to this one. And then turns out I bought the same color. And mind you that MAC lipsticks are now $17 and Wet n Wild lipsticks are like $2. So this one is Cyber. And this one is the Vamp It Up. So I have Wet n Wild on this side and MAC on this side, and I honestly feel from personal use and everything, I feel like the Wet n Wild one is a little bit better in formula than the MAC one, because I feel like the Wet n Wild one is already so pigmented that you don't really have to build it up as much. And when you build up these MAC lipsticks, they tend to ball up, and I hate that because then it gets on your teeth easier. So I, for this one, actually prefer Wet n Wild. Here's a little bit more of a zoomed out look of my lips, and they don't even look different from far away either. You can't even tell if one's more pigmented or not, but you might want to invest in the Wet n Wild one. The next comparison that I have is MAC's Whirl and Jordana lip liner in the color Rock and Rose. That's one swipe of the MAC. And then I might have to do a couple for the lip liner since it is so tiny, but you guys get the point. Okay, so those are the two swatched side by side, and I feel like they don't really look alike on the swatch, but we will see on the lips. This is actually, all these lip swatches that I'm doing, I did not do them prior, so Okay, so the only thing that I had to do to make sure that this swatch was complete was to fill in some gaps that I missed, because I don't really fill in my lips with a lip pencil anyways. So I just filled in some spots, and honestly, you can't even tell that they're two different things. And this is like $2 and this is 17. So if you actually have this and you needed a lip liner that will go very well with it, then definitely pick up the Jordana one. And then from far away, definitely can't tell that these are two different lip products. Again, I would totally use these two together. These are a really good combo. The next one that I have is MAC's Ruby Woo and Wet n Wild's Red Velvet. I actually have a little bit more than half of the Wet n Wild lipstick collection, so that's why I was able to find a lot of Wet n Wild dupes. It was totally unintentional, but considering my makeup stash, the Wet n Wild one kind of just stood out a little bit more. So here's a swatch. The Ruby Woo is actually such a nice true red with the blue undertone, which makes your teeth look very white. I feel like I mentioned that in a video before. And it's just very hard to find a true red, because reds have like different tones to them, and I don't know, it's very hard to find a complete dupe, I feel, of Ruby Woo especially. So I don't know, I feel like these two are very similar in color. The difference is that I feel like a lot of the Wet n Wild lipsticks are satin finish, but Ruby Woo in particular is a matte, and it's known to be very, very drying. So if you want to find a color that's like Ruby Woo, but just a little bit more moisturizing, then definitely go for the Wet n Wild one. So from this swatch, I could tell that Ruby Woo is actually a shade darker, but you can't really tell, honestly, because if I zoom out, it's like the slightest difference. Can't even tell. But like I said earlier, it's kind of all in your preference. If you wanted something extremely matte, or if you wanted something a little bit more moisturizing. And I don't know, I feel like this one is almost an exact dupe, but it's just that the shade difference is just a little bit off. But if you don't mind that, then definitely go for the Wet n Wild Red Velvet. Okay, so this is going to be my last lipstick I'm going to show you guys. I actually have two dupes. I have the Milani Hot Pink Rage and the OCC Lip Tart in the color Pretty Boy. I know that this is the same price point as Girl About Town, but just in case you already have Girl About Town, or if you already have Pretty Boy, you don't really need to buy the other one. But if you really like this color and you don't want to spend 17 bucks, then the Milani one is a really good option too. Okay. Ooh, this is actually my first MAC lipstick. I know, it's crazy. I don't even wear pink, but I just thought it was so pretty. I really wanted Candy Yum Yum, but it was like, that was even more neon, so I don't know what I was thinking. Hold on. This one's better when it's blended. Okay. There it is. The bottom one is OCC, this one is Milani, and this one is MAC. The only difference again is the finish, but all in all the color is dead on alike. And I feel like, I don't know why I have this many pinks. That's how I feel. I honestly don't know why. I don't wear these colors, but they are pretty to look at. Zoomed out, you can't even tell that these are three different brands, three different colors on my lips. They all look the same, and I am glad to say that I have found you guys six different dupes for you guys for 5 MAC lipsticks. And if you guys want to see any more videos like this, then please let me know, because I'm always looking at the comment section for some inspiration, and I don't know, I'm very proud to say that I have accomplished something very good on my channel. I also want to note that all the lipsticks that I mentioned, they are all very, very comfortable to wear, except for Ruby Woo. That I probably would just say get the Wet n Wild one for sure. Again, I don't feel like it's necessary to pay almost $20 for a lipstick when you could pay $2. That's just how my mind works. But obviously, if you want to splurge and feel like you just spent money on the most luxurious thing ever, then be my guest, do your thing. But I honestly feel like if there is a really good cheap alternative, then I would go for that. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.